Hi, Sid. Thank you for your time. Just do you think went sideways for you guys over this series? I mean, you had a mostly healthy lineup, a lot of depth up and down the lineup, and you were playing pretty good hockey down the stretch of the regular season. Just what didn't click for you guys over the course of these 6 games?
Um, I don't know if it's one thing. I think that, I thought we got better as the series went on, and I think you look at two overtime games, obviously that we lost. Being able to win one of those would have been huge. Um, but I think we did a lot of good things, and the last couple games, I thought we played really well. We made some big mistakes, obviously tonight. I miss a guy on a couple chances, ended up in the back of our net. So, um, just a play here or there was really the difference, and I've got to come up with that on either side of the puck.
Dayon?
Sid, you, Gino, and Tanger been here and had a ton of success, 3 championships, obviously, for a long time. What would you say if somebody looks at these playoffs over the last 4 years and said, hey, maybe it's time to turn the page?
Well, they've been saying that for 4 years, right? So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to change
Right.
anybody's mind, but, I think that, we did a lot of good things. I think this year, you can look at every year and analyze it differently, but this year I felt like we had a good group, and we did a lot of good things. I think um, we easily could have made a run. I feel pretty confident about this group and saying that, and the way that we were trending, the way we finished the year. Um, but it's a fine line in the playoffs, and as far as what I'd say, what I really don't know, but I know that the three of us, we want to win, and we'll do whatever it takes to try to compete to do that every year.
Rob Rossi?
Sid, I noticed some tape on your, I think, left hand on one of the shots on television. Was there any injury you were dealing with? I'm just
No.
curious.
No.
Yeah. Following up on the last question, though, you said you don't know what you could say. Would you hope to have a say in that when it comes to Malkin and Letang?
No, I don't think that's. I mean, I've never been one to try to be GM, and I'm not going to start now. I think you know, I think those guys want to win. I know that we've been together a long time. I've seen how much they care and their commitment. So I don't ever doubt or question that. And there's so many parts, and it is a business. So that's up to other people. But um, as far as what I can see and how I feel, there's zero doubt in my mind that the group that we have is a really good group, and we had an opportunity here, and that's why it stings so much.
Take a couple more. Mike DeFabo?
Said a couple minutes ago, Jeff Carter said there were a lot of disappointed people in the locker room, obviously. Just what was the mood in the locker room, and how have the last couple of disappointments maybe contributed to some of that feeling?
Well, I think it's just it's disappointment. It's it's not guaranteed to make the playoffs. I mean, we've been fortunate that we've been there a lot, but every time you get to play in the playoffs, it's an opportunity, and it really is the best time of the year. So um, you want to be in it. You want to play for a long time. You want to compete for the Stanley Cup. So it's never a good feeling when you lose, but I think, like I said earlier, with the way that we played leading into the playoffs, and um, I think that we felt good about our group, and we thought that we could make a good run. So for it to come to a halt here is disappointing.
Dave Molinari?
Thank you for speaking with us, Sid. You guys had 3 leads in this game. When did it get away from you? Was there any one particular moment or sequence that?
No, I mean, I was on for all 3 of those goals when the lead changed, and it didn't feel like they had momentum at any of those points. I mean, they got some chances and some big ones, and like I said, 2 of those, I'm right beside the guy, and I don't make a play. So I don't feel like any of those, seemed like they were grabbing momentum. They were quick hits, quick plays, and they made some plays. And probably when they made it, when they tied it at 3 and I got that quick one to go ahead. I mean, they got some momentum off of that, but even with that, I felt like we still pushed really hard, and that was a big part of our team all year. We came back and we had a lot of belief and we could score goals. So, we kept pushing. Just unfortunate that that we got a start like that and got those leads, especially in an important game like this, and weren't able to hold it.
2 more. Tim Benz.
Sid, over the last 3 years, you mentioned going out early and not being able to play deep into the postseason. Can you identify a consistency as to why that's been the case? Has there been any consistent thread between these 3 years as to why you think you've gone out early?
No, I think they're completely different. I mean, if you look at the series against the Islanders a couple of years ago, they were tight games, and we just we never really got comfortable in that kind of game. And I think you go to the bubble. I mean, that's a hard one to evaluate. I said that last year. I mean, this one, I think we did a lot of good things, and for so much of the series, we had the lead. We felt comfortable about our game. We didn't feel like we were on our heels very much at all during the series, and it's such a small margin for error. And like I said, I feel like I didn't make a big play, whether it's overtime or adding to a lead when we're up 2-1. I look at some chances that I had, or those kind of things, that those are so important, and you can't overlook the importance of those.
Last question, Wes Crosby.
Sid, you kind of mentioned it that this year was one that some thought would be the one that you guys would finally miss the playoffs. You didn't, and you end up winning the division. Is that something that you still can hang your hat on, or is it all about how it ends here tonight?
Right now, I'd say no. I mean, it doesn't feel that way, I think, at the moment. Maybe when you look back at it, it's a good learning experience for a lot of guys, but this is probably the ultimate learning experience going through this. It's tough to lose in the playoffs. It's tough to get here. So, like I said, this one stings.